All right, welcome back, everybody, to Lock, Loaded, and Goated. I'm your host, Brandon Andrews, and with me, as always, is Tony Pardo, Jeff Riddle Jr., and Jordan Elkins. How's everybody doing today, men? How's everyone doing? We're going to start the show off with a brief comment. Week 2 is in the books. We are heading into week 3. Riddle, anything that caught you by surprise so far this college football season?
Florida is in trouble without some big wins in the next month. And then I think USF is legit. I'm not going to say that they're a national title contender by any means, but they got a good football team, well coached, spoke on them a lot. And the preseason hype was not a reality for a lot of teams.
So if USF beats Miami, are they the number 1 team in the country?
No.
They've got more ranked wins than everybody.
They're the number 1 team.
I'm just fucking. I just wanted to ask the question.
They will be a highly rated team. They will be a highly ranked team, but they won't be the number 1 team in the nation.
Yeah, I know. I get that. Jordan, what do you think so far? 2 weeks in.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that are exactly what we thought they would be. There's been a few surprises along the way. Obviously, South Florida.
Damn.
Alex Golesh did a lot of work in the portal, brought in a lot of what I call Power 4 rejects, but it was better than what he was going to get trying to recruit at the Power 5 level. He's trying to build something to South Florida. We'll find out if he actually has that job long enough to see it through because, I mean, he's going to be a hot name. Be a hot name coming out.
This is the legit question of the night already. Is the Georgia fan drinking wine?
No, this is Macallan. This is some Macallan 12-year. This is not wine.
Oh, shit. He is preparing himself for Saturday night. All right.
Drinking wine.
Tony, what do you think 2 weeks in?
2 weeks in, I think what we all should have learned, by now is that Joey Aguilar is a very good quarterback. Very good quarterback, borderline stud. Okay, borderline stud. That's going to depend on what happens this weekend.
Try to just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you did. And I just didn't want to be the guy. Yeah, because I always got that bad voodoo or whatever. So
yeah, you
I kept my mouth shut. But now my mouth is starting to get warmed up a little bit.
All the dudes on Georgia's team are ready.
He just looks like a guy that should have been playing Power 4 football all along, honestly. I mean, obviously he's put in the right system too, so it makes him look really good. He's had really good accuracy outside of a few throws that first week. Don't care what anyone says. Give me a break on those high throws. That was probably some jitters and shit too on top of that. Unlike Nico, he has composure because Nico he just looked dead anyways. Nico has no emotion. And the ability to connect on deep passes, which Tennessee hasn't had in a couple years. So he just looks comfortable in the pocket and really hasn't, he hasn't thrown a pass in harm's way, so to say. I mean, he's just that dude. I mean, I don't know. And we'll see this weekend. We'll talk more about that a little bit later, though.
I agree with you, Troy Carter. Tennessee's defense is legit. They are very well coached, one of the best coordinators in the game. Don't give a shit what anybody says. Numbers speak the truth. We will not let Tony's feelings influence this podcast any further. Anyway, Alex says Ohio State ended Nico's career. Very well could have.
Hey, thank you. I thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I really do.
For that game.
I agree with Jordan. Arkansas probably ended Nico's career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so Riddle is going to start the evening off with his riddle. So Riddle's riddle will start. And remember, guys, we are doing a running contest. At the end of the season, we're going to do a giveaway. So make sure you're trying to achieve these points because they will be worth something.
So this week's trivia question was a fun one for me. I know Jordan appreciated it too. I've already asked the guys this one. So here's your question. South Carolina won week 1 in Atlanta in the Aflac kickoff against Virginia Tech 24-11. It marked the first time South Carolina won a football game in Atlanta since September 11th, 1976. Who was the starting quarterback for South Carolina in that game on September 11th, 1976?
1976. Try not to cheat. I know it's some of us it's hard. But hell, with ChatGPT, I can't blame you. So, going into the topics for the evening, we got quite a bit of content to go over, but the first thing we want to talk about was what team is quietly having a good start to the season. And what I mean by that is what team is actually doing everything they're supposed to be doing, maybe even overachieving, and kind of just under the radar because of all the hype, Ohio State, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee this weekend, all the hype, Oklahoma, Michigan. Which team's doing that? So, Tony, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna try to steer away from you guys, and I'm gonna give Iowa State Cyclones some props. Team I haven't been high on even last year. Still not very high on, but
it's your boys.
Hey, they're 3-0. I'll give it to them. They're 3-0. Not saying that they're gonna win the conference or anything, but they've been taking care of business. It hasn't been pretty. And that's with a lot of losses that they had on the offense side of the ball. So to be in 3-0 for that football program, which obviously is not notoriously known for football, I think more basketball than anything, they've been somewhat of a surprise to me, in my opinion, just because I'm a big-time hater of them. So I'll give them that.
All right. Riddle, team quietly kind of surprising you.
Yeah, I got two. One I was very high on in the preseason. I've talked about them on here before. That's Georgia Tech. I think they've looked really good. Haynes King set out Saturday with a lower body injury, but Aaron Philo went in there, went 21 of 28 for 373 yards and a touchdown. Jamal Haynes is averaging 6.3 yards per carry. They play host to Clemson this weekend. That's a big game for them. Don't sleep on them. I like them in that game. I think Clemson's trending the wrong direction. And the other team is that I'm surprised nobody's talking about because they are or have been historically a big program is USC. They're looking really good so far. I know it's against lesser competition right now, but the Jaden Maeva, he's 73.8% completion percentage, 707 yards and 6 touchdowns. And the Mekhi Lamone, the receiver, he's got 11 receptions for 248 yards. He's averaging 22.5 yards per catch. So I had them on there too. Their defense is looking good. We'll see what they look like against better competition. We all know what Lincoln Riley teams look like later on in the year, but they're looking good right now. But Georgia Tech was my top team that I think is quietly having a good start.
All right. Jordan, what about you, bud? Oh, you're muted, Jordan.
Sorry, I had it.
Hey.
Boy, Tony's going to hate this one, but
the
don't Vanderbilt Commodores right now
are
playing some good football. Absolutely dog walked Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. In a game they were down 10 at the half to absolutely just rout an evenly matched team. We'll see how they fare when they get into conference play. Pavia's talked a big game. If he was anywhere else, I'd probably root for the kid, but he's at Vandy, so piss on Vandy. But we'll see how they hold up when they get to playing some superior competition.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that this team is notorious for being successful and was actually very successful last year. But the team that we haven't talked much about because of who they played, I'm going with Oregon. Quietly putting together, I know they beat Montana State, but Montana State played them a lot harder than Oklahoma State did.
They played 2 FCS schools.
Well, I mean, we say that, but they beat them the way they were supposed to beat them. And
well, for $35 million, they should. I mean,
yeah, you're 100% right. And I'm just saying they're looking like.
I'm not trying to take away from your pick here.
They're looking like the team that's going to be there.
They're doing the things they're supposed to do.
That's right.
On film,
that's right.
they're
but yeah, nobody's talking about them.
They're in time.
Yeah.
But for $35 million, they damn sure better be.
I think after getting beat last year by Ohio State, they became an afterthought. Tennessee got absolutely mollywopped by Ohio State, and people are talking more about Tennessee than they are Oregon. And for what? For what? What's the difference?
Well,
It's SEC.
Well, the difference is actually, so if we're going to go talk about that, Oregon got mollywopped by Ohio State, but that game was over with in the very first quarter.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
the difference.
But it's still a mollywhopping. A mollywhopping's a mollywhopping.
That game was over though. Like literally,
right.
it was already 28-0, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. So here we go. So talking about transfer portals and talking about things like this, obviously we know there's a lot of impact the transfer portal's having on college football. I do believe the vote was passed to where you're actually going to have, 1 week in January to have that. So with that said, I want to pick in the spirit of that being passed, because I do think that's a huge impact on the game, and I think that's going to help. We're going to talk about something else in a little bit about it, but I want you to pick 3 transfer players that have had the greatest impact on their team thus far this year. And Riddle, we'll start with you.
All right. So obviously, I think the consensus here and around the nation at the time, probably John Mateer's got to be at the top of those lists and what he's done at Oklahoma so far. I'm going to talk about a couple of other guys because Mateer is on my list too. Oregon left tackle Isaiah World transferred from Nevada. He was the number 1 offensive lineman in the portal. From Pro Football Focus, he had an 82.3 pass blocking grade, which has him way up there as a draft prospect right now. He's allowed no sacks through 2 games, and it's always good to have a guy like that protecting, your blind side for a guy like Dante Moore. I don't think offensive linemen get enough credit for what they do and for how they can free up those quarterbacks to make the plays that they do. So I'm going to give him some credit. And then the other one I have is Western Kentucky's quarterback, Maverick McIver. He leads the nation right now in completions, attempts, yards, and touchdowns. Western Kentucky's tops in the Conference USA right now. I know it's a little school, but the little guys need some credit too. He's 80 for 120, 941 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Western Kentucky's not where they're at without him. So it's got to be a big impact guy.
All right. Yeah. It's good. That was a couple of good picks. I couldn't help but laugh. Jordan, you're up. Give me some transfer portal players that have made an impact.
I mean, there's 2 obvious ones for my squad. Obviously, Star Thomas and Joey Swagular, 2 massive pickups in the portal.
That's right.
Tell them, TP. Tell them.
Hey, I keep trying to tell them. They don't want to listen.
I'm gonna venture in my Vols pool for one more who's made a big impact so far. Colton Hood from Colorado. I mean, stepped into what was supposed to be a strength. Obviously, we knew Jermont McCoy will be out with the ACL for a little while. Now with Ricky Gibson with a severe pectoral injury, might be back by the Vanderbilt game. Maybe not even trending well for that. Colton Hood has stepped up and played some big minutes for us early.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Tony, who you got?
You know what? It's going to go out to another team that I'm a certified hater of. That's out in Missouri. So Bo Pribolo. I give him props. He did beat Kansas. He beat Kansas. The offense actually looks decent. Now, me and Riddle was talking about earlier. He was the damn backup to up in Penn State.
Allard. Yep.
Allard. He was actually, I guess, considered one of the better backup QBs in the nation, and he's proven why. He's so far good start to the season. I didn't know he was okay. He's not Joey Aguilar. He's no Joey Aguilar. But I'll give him props. He beat Jayhawks. That's about it, though. I mean, he beat the Jayhawks. I know you were talking about Jayhawks. They're not really known for their defense, so they're not.
They were supposed to have a good defense this year, though.
They still might have a good year.
Yeah,
I mean, it still might look good on the resume eventually when it's all said and done. I'll give Bo out in Mizzou because I don't give them much props either. It's probably the only time I ever give anything associated to that team any type of props. So, yeah, I'll go with Bo Pribolo for making them somewhat relevant
Yeah. So I agree with Troy Carter. Troy Carter said Nico. Biggest biggest impact. It just addition
He's
by
made a major
subtraction.
impact on
Addition by
Deshaun Foster's
subtraction there.
future.
And
Is it
I'm gonna
negative or
go.
positive impact?
Yeah. I'm
He's
gonna
made
go
a
with
massive
one.
impact on Deshaun Foster's future.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with one that he did not transfer this year. He transferred last year, but he's playing for the first time this year. And that's kind of against the rules, but I'm going to go with Julian Sayin at Ohio State. I don't think anyone thought they were going to step in right away and continue their success as much as they have so far. It's early. We will not get to see any kind of real gameplay this weekend when they take on Miami or Ohio. I'm sorry, Ohio. And it's not going to be much better. Mateer is an obvious choice, like Riddle said. I think that's the obvious one. But the one that I'm going to go with, and just in the spirit of Tony Pardo-isms, I'm going to go with Jackson Arnold at Auburn. Auburn, anyone that's watched them the past couple years, has been atrocious at quarterback, absolutely abysmal. And he has not played quarterback well, but he's played running back real well. And he has ran and thrown the ball when he needed to. And Auburn actually looks like a halfway decent team. That Baylor win looks better and better. It's going to be interesting, but they haven't played anybody what I would consider with the pulse yet outside of Baylor, but we'll see. If you look at him, if you look at the SEC rushing stats, go ahead and look at him for the season so far, and you'll be amazed where Jackson Arnold sits. But he's doing the right stuff down there, and as much as I hate it to give Auburn any credit, everyone else's answers were equally just as good. I thought the Tennessee ones were good. Obviously, they've done a lot. Riddle, I appreciate you going out and getting the O linemen and actually getting people that we're kind of less beaten path there. But the hot take is going to be under the same kind of spirit. And what I want to do is with this proposed singular transfer portal week, what other changes are needed to be made to ensure this era of football remains relevant? How do we keep college football away from the pros, divided from the pros, keep the pageantry, keep the passion? How do we keep college football and protect it? And, as precious as it is, because I feel like it's fading fast. So it's kind of like a young daughter, it's they're growing up as quick as we can blink. And we want to try to keep that as long as we can. So how do we do that? Jordan, we'll start with you.
Oh, the first thing is obviously an NIL cap. I think that is coming. It's probably not going to come until it starts to affect NFL teams and players hitting the draft. We're almost there now, where a player can, make more in a year than he would his first year of a rookie deal. Almost, obviously not top 5 picks, but that time is coming. Just give it time; it's coming. So that's the number one thing you can do. I'm a big fan of the 1 time a year transfer. Realistically, you should get a one transfer period to keep the bag chasing cut down. That's why we're in the shape we're in at the moment. I mean, I get it. I'm not mad at them. Go get paid. Guys like Diego Pavia, you have no future in football. You get paid in college and then you go work at State Farm, So I'm not mad. Go get paid, but there needs to be a limit on transfers to 1 time in a career, and I think there will be a NIL cap sooner, probably sooner than later, but it's still going to be a couple years out.
And Jordan, before I let them go, I'm just going to say this. What if you have a mutual understanding between a coaching staff and a player? This player is not going to play, not going to start. You've got someone else that's passed him by. Would you allow an additional transfer then? If the coach says, hey, you know what? I respect you.
Encourages it, absolutely.
Yes.
Say, look,
okay.
Man,
I'm just asking.
Fit what we have here.
Yeah. Yes.
I want you to have a chance to play somewhere. I don't want you to spend your whole time, here just riding.
Because that does happen. That does happen.
Yes.
We all understand that.
A lot of those spring transfers are coach, like, hey man, look, you don't fit what we've got. You're not going to be on the 2 deep. You may not even be on the 3 deep, depending on how deep they are at a certain position. And so go find yourself a place to play. Because you come to college, as an athlete to play college football. If you're a football player, you didn't come to ride the pine. And it ain't like some people did, like Navy Shula, come to Knoxville and knew he was. Could have went anywhere, wanted to follow his dad's footsteps, wanted to be a part of that program. And there's still going to be kids like that, but for those that are trying to take that next step or have aspirations of it, I have no problem with it, having a coach's exemption also like once in your career.
Josh, pinning a comment just to help you out is if you just if you're doing it on computer, which we are, you just right click it and it'll have pin. So like I like that. Tony, what do you think we need to do?
Hell, I think I've brought it before, man. It'd be nice if these kids actually had like legal contracts. I know we talked about this before.
Yeah,
I
there
just
we
feel
go.
like that would be, since these kids are like treated as pros now, a lot of them. I feel like they should have some legal binding contract. I mean that would really slow down a lot
They're
of
not
the
ready for that
transfer.
'cause that brings the tax man.
Well,
Fix it.
I mean,
Hit the big boy world at that point.
well, hey,
Yeah.
they already act like they're big
Hey.
boys. I mean, we've seen that case.
When they hit 18, they're
just
big
learn how to pay
boys.
taxes
Yeah.
like we do.
Hey,
When they
if
hit
you're old
18, they're a
enough-
big boy.
Yeah. If you're old enough to sign a card to, sign up for the military because you have to, just in case of draft, well, then, hey, you're a big boy at that point. You're out on your own. For most part, most are not living with the parents. Well, I won't say most, but it was a good majority. So, I mean, you're a big boy. You're out here, college, doing your own thing. You're not living with your mom and dad. I mean, that's pretty much being an adult. We're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I know a lot of the kids, let's face it, they just like to party and shit. But, yeah, that'd be my thing. That's what I've always said. A legal binding contract from player to university, maybe to, I don't know, a 1 or 2 year deal. Because, let's face it, some of these kids might redshirt and then they'll play a couple years, they're gone anyway. So who cares?
Yeah.
But maybe a year-to-year basis. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just so a lot of these universities aren't being held captive with these kids that
Thank you,
have
Josh, for being here.
agreed by writing on paper, nothing legal, I
Yeah.
guess. Whatever they do. And then they're still out here during the season, after season, still wanting more money and going out West Coast, out just anywhere and just trying to fish. They're fishing for more money. I mean, that would kind of slow down that bullshit too. Besides this, only one week that's open for transfer portal. I think contracts, to me,
Thank you, Josh.
that would fix it all. Since they want to act like pros, they want to be paid like pros. Well, then sign a contract like a pro.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Okay.
There was Pardo's poor early.
Pardo's poor early. Riddle, go ahead, brother.
I won't be spending too much time on this. Me and Jordan have the exact same outlook on this in my notes. I have the same things wrote down. I put it as no, it's fine because it needs to happen. I put it as a salary cap, though, not only limiting the amount only one person can make, but also the amount a school can spend. I feel like needs to be capped too. And then the transfers. I loved it when you had one transfer without penalty, and then anything after that you had to sit out a year. And the note that I had at the bottom is this is still college football. Loyalty and pride need to be the most important thing. And players should be compensated for playing. I do agree with that, but they shouldn't be making more than some NFL players. Yeah. So me and Jordan were in agreement on that for sure.
And lockstep on that one.
Y'all had every one of y'all had good answers. The two things that I had written down would like to see more transparency for the NIL deals. The NIL deals are here to stay. I don't think they're going anywhere. Josh said he needs to have a stipend. I don't think they're going anywhere just due to the lawsuits and legal aspects of it. But with that said, though, there should be transparency. It should be very clear and very defined. And Tony, you brought up contracts. What if you had a contract, a very written, detailed contract for everything? NIL will do X, Y, Z, and you will get paid X, Y, Z. It should be very clear. Anybody should be able to go find that information. But that, that we're a long ways away from that. The other thing is, I touched on kind of what Riddle said, and we brought this up on the show many times, would like to see a reward loyalty bonus, allow people to have a bigger cap for those that stay longer. I don't know how that looks. I have no idea how the money works out in that, but like someone who's went to Georgia and stayed there for 4 years instead of chasing the bag should have the opportunity to make more than someone who just goes from school to school. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It would be a calculated risk then to leave. Am I going to leave Georgia? Hey, maybe they don't have a chance to make the playoffs next year. We could see the outlook. But hey, if I stay as a senior, I got a chance to go to the NFL and I can make X more money X amount more money for staying. I don't know. School loyalty, like you said, it needs to be somewhere in college football. We do not need a free agency like the NFL. That's the one thing we don't want. That is the one thing we don't want, is to be like the NFL, because NFL is a business and it's sometimes boring like a business. If I can say that. So
I mean, that wouldn't even be that difficult to implement. I mean, you could open up and say, okay, if you're on the team, you make $30,000 a year base. If you're the number 3 man, you're going to get a $5,000 bonus. If you're 2 on the depth chart, you get a $10,000 bonus. If you're the starter, you get a $20,000 bonus.
yeah.
And for every consecutive year to school, we'll give you another, say, $3,000 bonus. Or 5. I mean, that's
Whatever it is.
generic numbers I'm throwing out.
Yeah, whatever
But
it
I mean,
is.
that's a way to not only cap what the team can spend, it also caps what the players get. I mean, I'm all for the players getting paid.
Me too.
But
Yeah, something.
We have to have some structure to this. The NCAA allowed this to roll out without any idea of what they thought. Well, the guys will get $500,000 here, $5,000 there. I mean, they were really naive at the money that was involved.
Yeah, we knew better.
Big Hunt in the comments brought up the best example of the over transfer, and that was TJ Finley. He's at his 6th school now this year.
So reality is, yes, TJ Finley, some of that transferring was due to being able to play. I think we can all agree with that. And some of that was just trying to move on to do something different. But I agree with what Josh said as well. There shouldn't be an $8 million quarterback in college. There just shouldn't be. No. There's nobody worth that. I don't care what you say. I don't care. I do not care. Tebow could come and lace him up, and he's not worth that in college. Not right off the rip, not right off the gate. You shouldn't be making that kind of stuff coming out of high school. And y'all, to be fair, you shouldn't be allowed to make money to retain your commitment. That's part of the process. Recruiting is part of the process. You should not be able to take money to stay loyal and committed to a school. I don't understand why we allow that either, because technically you're not even enrolled in that school until you sign that paperwork. So anyway, we're not going to get into that. That's a whole nother conversation. Recruiting is a whole different animal. We all know that. Regeneration Thrift says Bama is going to be lucky to beat Coffee County. You're probably right. You're probably right, brother. But we're going to give it our all, brother. We're going to give it our all. All right. So with that said, we're going to get into our matchups this week. So we've got some good matchups this week. We got some good ones. The last one was kind of touchy. So I'm going to throw out a bonus matchup real quick. And I want Tony, I want 1 sentence answers, not fucking Pardo's Poor Part 2. The sequel. I want the Clemson Georgia Tech game. Riddle, you touched on earlier. I think we just got to at least touch on it for a second. Tony, who you got? This will not count, Riddle. This will not count. This is not against the spread.
This one. I don't have this one right now.
Yeah.
Hey, just get it over with. Just give me Georgia Tech. I don't even need to think about it.
Cool.
Yeah, fuck Clemson. They're shit. I said this beginning of the season.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, and look at them. I just know ball. I'm gonna keep saying it. I know ball. Clemson's not good. Quarterback's not good. Dabo sucks. I'm gonna take Georgia Tech. Thank you.
Oh my God, Riddle, you're up. You're up, brother.
Yeah, I think these two teams are trending in opposite directions. Georgia Tech gets them at home. I think Clemson's not what they were hyped up to be at all. I've got Georgia Tech in this one.
Well, here I go again on my own. I'm going Clemson. I think they have something is going to jumpstart these guys, and they'll pick it up. Not saying I don't like Haynes King and Georgia Tech. I do. I know. I'm sorry. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to be the asshole. Might as well be me. Troy said Dabo next coach at Bama. Man, don't tease me. Don't tease me. All right. Go ahead, Jordan. Who you got, brother?
I mean, there's a lot to like about this Georgia Tech team. It's at home. It's going to be a tough spot for Clemson. However, it's not always about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And Clemson has those guys. I'm going to take the Tigers to right the ship this week, to look a little
Hey.
more
Hey, Tony.
what we expect from Clemson.
Rare.
Get it done.
It doesn't change the fact you're still ass, though. I mean, so let's just
Tony,
let's
we're
keep
not
it
talking
real.
about who's
Keep it
ass.
duck.
We're just talking about who's going to win this game.
Hey, I'm just saying they're still ass.
All right, let's get into the real meat and potatoes of this week, and we're going to start out wild and hot. Number 6, University of Georgia at 15. Tennessee, Georgia's a 3.5-point favorite when I wrote it down. So that's what we'll go with, and we're going to start with you, Jordan. Lead the way.
Physical. This is going to be a physical matchup. Both teams want to run the ball. It's going to come down to 3 things. Can Gunnar Stockton stretch the field? And can he handle pressure that Tim Banks will be dialing up all night? Because they're going to keep pressure at his feet all night long, and they're going to make Gunnar Stockton prove that he can win. If he can do it with his arm, then he's going to have a big night. But there's going to be a lot of man coverage because personally, I don't have the faith that he can win it. Young man making his first conference road start. It's going to be a wild afternoon in Knoxville. I'm rolling with the Vols plus 3.5. Hell, we don't even need the points. I'm taking the Vols straight up.
This is shades of Ohio State all over again. All right, Tony, you're up, brother. You're up.
Yeah, the Vols. My Vols are on an 8-game losing streak, but I'm gonna stop right there because all that's the past. We're not gonna. I know someone's just itching to talk about the past, but we're not gonna talk about that because it's a new year. Previous matchups mean absolutely nothing.
Oh shit!
Tennessee's looking good on offense. Don't care what anyone says. I'm gonna keep saying that. Joey Swagular, as now we're calling him. Kids run the show. He's running really well. Most competent QB since
We
Hendon
all are,
Hooker.
Troy.
O-line is looking stout. Not sure if David Sanders still going to be available or not. I really haven't heard anything about that. I hope he is. That'd be nice to have him playing left tackle. All kinds of playmakers on defense. With that being said, I'm going to take Georgia in the spread.
Ooh.
But I'll happily eat crow. I don't care. Hell, if they do, it's not like I'm pulling for Georgia, so no one start acting like I'm switching loyalty here. I'm not doing that. But I just need a hypo. Like, he needs to prove me wrong because, I mean, I've waited a while to see Georgia cry and lose to Tennessee. That would be a great day. It would be a great day if it happens. If it doesn't, hey, we'll just move on next year. Well, we won't even play them next year, probably. So, I mean, I hope it happens. Like I said, I hope I eat crow. I'm just going to take Georgia's spread to put the curse on them. That's what I'm doing.
I agree, Troy. I agree with that, Troy. That's a good, I will pin that comment too. All right. Riddle, you're up, brother.
All right. So, y'all know me. I like to find those little stats and details for you, and I've got a lot of them wrote down here. Tony touched on the 8-game winning streak for Georgia. That's the longest in this series history for Georgia. The average margin of victory for Georgia over the last 8 games is 24.8 points per game. It's been 3,257 days since Tennessee beat Georgia. It'll be 3,260 on game day. This is Georgia's 41st appearance on game day as the main attraction. They're 20-20 overall. Tennessee's 28th appearance as the main attraction on game day. They're 12-15 overall. Georgia is 9-0, 9-0 in season openers under Kirby Smart. Tennessee is 21-1 at home since 2022. That loss was to Georgia. Josh Heupel, Tennessee offensives haven't scored more than 17 points versus Georgia. They've scored 17, 13, 10, and 17. Those are your stats. I will keep living in the past because those are the facts. For this game, though, I'm not going to touch on Tennessee. Those guys covered Tennessee. I'm going to tell you what Georgia got to do. They got to establish a run. They got to run the ball better. They averaged 5.4 yards per carry against Marshall and 4.8 against Austin Peay. It's not going to get it done Saturday. Something they have not done all year. They did it in the Tennessee game last year. They're going to have to do it again. They got to utilize their tight ends. Lawson Lucky and Oscar Delp have 3 catches for 39 yards for the entire season. They had 0 against Austin Peay. Don't know if that was by design or what, but we're going to find out Saturday. The defense has to make Aguilar uncomfortable. He's a good quarterback. I'm not going to knock him and say he's Nico. He's not Nico. Georgia's only got 3 sacks on the year and 1 interception against Marshall and Austin Peay. That's not the best stats there. And Gunnar Stockton has to be the guy. They've got to open up the passing game. He's going to have to use his legs in this game. He's going to have to be smart with the football. He's QB1. You got to treat him like it, regardless of what happens. With all that being said, to be the man, you got to beat the man, as the great Ric Flair used to say.
Woo!
I've got Georgia winning, covering the spread easily. Georgia, give me the dogs.
I wish I had.
How
I wish I
times
had
have
a.
changed.
I wish I had a
remember as
pencil.
kid growing up, Georgia was just another win on the schedule.
I wish I had a pencil, because I got something to say here, and I get the last pick, so I got something to say, and I'll say this. I agree with Jordan. It's going to be a physical matchup. But to repeat and quote a great man that once said this, sometimes it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Jimmies and Joes, and Georgia's got more of them. That's the end of the ball game right there. Georgia wins. Don't give no shits. All right. Anyway, sorry, Jordan. I had that's it. Anyway, I know. I know. But you're not the outlier. You and Tony are. Well, no, yeah, Tony. He did, but his was kind of like that fucking reverse psychology bullshit he always does. We know better. We know better.
I meant it.
Anyway, all right, that was good. That's exactly the way I envisioned that playing out. That was perfect. Thank you all for that. That was great. Troy says I miss Mark Rick. I'm sure a lot of people do.
Great coach and a better man.
So, question came out, said if Vols beat Georgia, do they go undefeated in the regular season? Schedule looks easy after that. That's a real possibility.
Yeah, but that's paper matchup.
But
I'm not gonna play the game.
What we got to play on the field right now.
We got to play Saturday.
The toughest challenge coming up after this Georgia game could be Mississippi State. From what we've seen on the field, it could be the fighting.
You calm your ass down, okay? You calm your ass down.
In Gainesville this year, or is it?
Yep.
Okay, so y'all gotta.
But what's that mean, really?
Some demons.
What's that mean?
Some demons.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Next matchup. Speaking of some Florida teams, number 18 South Florida. Number 18 South Florida. You heard that right. At number 5 Miami. Miami is an 18.5-point favorite. We're going to start with you, Riddle. Who you got?
All right, so USF, I mean, they've looked good. They beat 2 ranked opponents. Nobody else in the nation's done that. I think they're legit. Byron Brown took that game over on that last drive against Florida when they needed it. He was 2 of 3 for 41 yards passing and had 3 carries for 12 yards. He marched them right down the field. Excellent clock management, kicked field goal, won the game. They held Florida to 4 of 12 on third downs, had 1 sack, 7 tackles for a loss, and an interception against DJ Lagway, who everybody's been high on all offseason. They've only given up 11.5 points per game against those 2 ranked teams. Pretty solid. Granted, I think this Miami team's probably a little bit better than those 2 teams they've played, but I'm not sold on this Miami team either. I'm not real sold on Notre Dame. They've got a freshman quarterback. Their running back still can't get it going. I'll talk on that in a minute. I have USF with the points because we get 18.5 of them. Wouldn't be surprised if they pull off another shocker, but I do think Miami's going to win this, but it's going to be a lot closer than that spread. And for the Florida, I'll talk about that in a minute. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead, Jordan. You're up.
Well, yeah, I'm absolutely going to take the 18.5 on South Florida. That line has come down to 17. I just looked at it. So, hell, 1.5 my favor. Absolutely, I'll take it. I still think Miami wins this football game. I think they win it probably comfortably, 2-score game. South Florida's had just a dream start to the season. The Boise win, not a big shocker. We all talked about that. It was going to be triple digits and triple number humidity when for a Boise State team that left Idaho at 65 degrees. We knew they were going to have some issues, and they did late in that game. They had a lot of cramping issues. Florida just absolutely laid an egg. Billy Napier is on the hot seat this year, and that was a game he could not afford to lose, and yet they found a way to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, which I love seeing it. I'm not going to lie. I loved it. I hope they signed Billy to a lifetime contract. But for this matchup, this is going to be the third David and Goliath matchup for South Florida in a row. And that's a tall task, actually, to win that outright. I do think they'll cover.
Thank you for liking the live.
But I do not think they'll have a shot to win this one.
Yeah. So Troy Carter says that glass is cute, Riddle. So he appreciates you. Tony.
Wine in there.
Tony.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
He said, yeah.
First off, I think that the 18.5 is pretty damn disrespectful to the Bulls, especially the two big wins they have to start the season. It's pretty wild, 18.5, and I know it's in Miami, but I'm just curious as to why they feel Miami is, they should be so heavily favored just because off of one game. They haven't played in 2 weeks, so they're going to be probably rusty again. And that was coming off Notre Dame game that they were lucky enough to pull out. I mean, they were, and that was against a freshman QB at Notre Dame. So I just honestly feel like they got lucky against Notre Dame at home. I'm not a believer in Miami, really, but I am a believer in Alex Golesh.
It's coming, Troy.
And the Bulls.
It's coming.
So, after being two ranked opponents, go ahead and make them number one team in the country, since these nerds don't know how to do the logic, behind the rankings. But it is more impressive if they pull this off. They will cover, I feel like. Yeah. Now, if they pull this off, it's way. Why can he not be number one? Why can't he not be number one if Florida can jump 20 whatever plus spots after one win gets to number 8 Alabama?
Well, hell, I mean it's pretty. One AP rider moved him up after getting beat.
That's why.
Hell, you ain't got to win anymore.
These nerds don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. So
I think what's happening is the rankings are being exposed this year, especially.
Oh yeah.
I think what we've done is we've let people that have no business ranking football start ranking football. So Kias wanted everyone to know.
Correct.
He took USF. Kias wanted everybody to know. Say cheers. So cheers, Kias. This is for you.
Yes.
Empty glass.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. But Troy says, I sure hope Golesh doesn't replace Sunbelt Billy. It's coming, buddy. I'm going to tell you right now, Florida's looking hard at that dude. Now, Jordan doesn't think it's going to happen because he said the buyout's too much, but
goes down a lot at the end of the year.
It does. We'll see what happens. All right. For me, I'm taking USF. I'm like Jordan. I think Miami wins this game, and I think they pull away late. But give me South Florida and the points. That's too big of a point spread to just overlook.
It's too much.
Yep. And I think honestly, like you said, Tony, I agree. Miami, look, they got lucky against Notre Dame, had some good looks. Freshman quarterback Notre Dame, but everything else at Notre Dame should have been well above Miami in terms of talent. I thought Notre Dame's defense, I think their defense is better than Miami's. I think their O-line's better. But Miami had a way to pull it off, and I think Notre Dame will get better as the year goes on. So
that's why I always say you can always.
I'm gonna give South Florida. Yeah, I'm gonna give South Florida and the points. That's just the way to go. So Big Hunt says for the win, USF for the win, upset of the week. That'd be awesome.
I don't think so.
But it'd be awesome. Yes, it'd be awesome because none of us have a dog in that fight.
Big Hunt called that outright upset last week too.
Yeah. I mentioned it Saturday night. I don't know if he's in there or not, but.
You're right. All right. So moving on, we're going to the next one. This one, speaking of Florida teams, Florida at number 3, LSU. LSU is a 9.5 point favorite. And this one was tough for me, guys. This one was tough. So Big Jordan left. So we're going to go to Tony and we're going to start with you. Yeah. What do you think?
I just feel like this is a must situation for Florida. I mean, they got to win this game. At some point, you would think Lagway and the offense, at least they'll start cooking. Don't know. I mean, about the defense, but the offense got to get some going. This is the week they have to do it against LSU. They got to get back on the right track. Napier has to have this team ready to go, because if not, then it's a GG's for the Gator season. That's it. That'll be a wrap probably. But to me, LSU is still a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team. I don't know if I can actually trust them. I know they beat LSU. They struggled a little bit last week. No, I'm sorry. They beat Clemson, but they're a sorry-ass team. Sorry. They beat a sorry-ass Clemson team. Yeah, then they kind of struggled last week. I don't know. It's hard for me to trust them. So I'll take LSU for the win, but I'm going to take Gators on points on this one.
All right. I like that.
I don't care if it's in LSU at night. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Bama's already disproved that theory last year, so we already know better. So go ahead, Riddle.
So I went back and forth on this game. Historically, this game is always close. It doesn't matter where these two teams are ranked. If you look at the wins and losses in this series, it's 34, 34, and 3. It's completely deadlocked. Now, LSU did had to vacate 3 of those wins, so technically the record books show it's 34, 31, and 3. But on the field, it's dead even. LSU sleepwalking last week was against Louisiana Tech is cause for concern, but also at the same time, I think that makes them go out and need a statement win. Obviously, Florida, this is a must win for Florida. All right, it's not going to get any better if they don't pull this win off. For the Florida fans out there, and I want this out there in the ether so I can go back and watch it, later on for however long I need to, because I remember Florida fans being super upset with the coaches that they've had previously. But I'm just going to rip off 3 names real quick that have better winning percentages than Billy Napier.
I saw this.
Ron Zook, Jim McElwain, and Will Muschamp all had better winning percentages than Billy Napier. So,
and got ran out of town with pitchforks.
I'm going to take LSU, and I'm going to take the 9.5. They're going to cover the 9.5. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Florida wins this game or covers that spread. I think LSU needs a statement just as badly as Florida does for a completely different reason. So I'm going to take LSU.
Okay. Jordan.
This is a night kickoff, right?
Yep.
I thought so. 6 o'clock kickoff. Night kickoff in the Valley. Everything in me is screaming to take that Florida plus 9.5. Just don't see it. I just don't see it. DJ Lagway was supposed to be this guy. So far, he looks like a bust. Let's just be honest with you. I think LSU gets it done. I think LSU covers. Give me LSU by 14 at night in the Valley.
So, Big Hunt, I like this comment. Mullen was 31-9 at Florida and was fired for Napier. That's absolutely outstanding.
And in his first 40 games, he had the exact same record that dickhead went to Ohio State. Urban Meyer for 31-9 in their first 40 games.
It's just Florida fans being naive. I'm going to go with LSU.
We were bad.
I'm going with LSU. I know I just said a bunch of bullshit about Death Valley at night. I don't think it's as relevant as people think it is anymore. I think that it's an SEC road game, which is hard to win no matter where it's at, whether it be Tennessee this weekend, whether it be LSU, whether it be Alabama. It's hard to win an SEC road game. And I think that is something to be concerned about. But the whole Death Valley mantra, good teams win when they need to, and LSU has a good defense this year, which is something that's new for Brian Kelly. We'll see how good it is. I've got LSU in the points. I've got LSU winning. So moving on to another great matchup. This one is one that I want to talk about. I'm excited about.
Truly.
Yeah, old Jorts mullet combination. Yes.
Man, yes. Chief imports, man.
Yes. Number 16.
One thing we can all agree on here is that we all just don't like Florida.
Yeah, I don't know why either. They just fucking scream like. Every time I say it, I smell like cat piss in my nose, like my nostrils. I smell like cat piss. I don't know why. So number 16, Texas A&M at number 8 Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a 6.5-point favorite here, and I want to know, Jordan, we're going to start with you. Who you got?
Gig 'em Aggies. 6.5. Too much. Too much. Mike Elko has the boys ready to roll. Texas A&M gets a big win in South Bend.
SEC.
Oh, God.
All right, Tony, you're up, brother.
Yeah, I'm going totally opposite. I'm taking Notre Dame points. I don't care if they got a rookie
Touchdown,
QB.
Jesus.
I don't care how deep pockets are in Texas, all that good shit. Don't care if they're in the SEC. My opinion, I still don't believe that I still don't believe A&M still has a coach, and I'm still going to go with the guy who's the fucking coach who can actually coach the X's and O's.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, I don't give a shit. Give me Marcus Freeman
I'm with you.
and the points.
Good.
To win the game.
Jimmy's and Joe's, and X's and O's. What do you do when you got both? All right, Riddle.
You're unstoppable.
I touched on this in the first week about Jeremiah Love and his struggles against ranked teams in the playoffs and how he had 28 carries for 78 yards. Well, against Miami, he had 10 for 33. I said one of the keys to that game was them being able to run the football and taking the pressure off the freshmen, and they weren't able to do that. Had a valiant comeback effort. It fell short. They ended up losing that game. Jeremiah Love's averaging 2.9 yards per carry in the last 5 games against ranked opponents. This is another ranked opponent. Marcel Reed is – I loved the guy last year. I think he's a playmaker. He's 66.1% passing, 509 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's got 18 carries for 105 yards and a touchdown. This is another instance of the quarterback leading the team in rushing, too, for A&M. Kid makes plays. The points they gave up in those first 2 games are a little misleading. They gave up some garbage time touchdowns there in both of those. I know you don't like seeing that many points scored against weaker opponents, but I've got A&M plus 6.5 here.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
I wouldn't. I actually think they win this one outright. So I've got A&M.
All right. Well, it leaves it to me, and I'm going to tell you right now. After everything I've heard, everything I've seen, everything that I know in my heart, I'm going touchdown, Jesus, touchdown, Jesus, because I think Marcus Freeman is the difference maker. I know he doesn't play the games, but we always talk about, I think any of us would agree that he is one of the best coaches in football right now, especially with some of the things he does with the talent that he has. He doesn't have Ohio State talent up there. I mean, he just doesn't. And last year he made it to the championship game. I feel like he rights the ship. Freshman QB is going to give him some trouble. I agree. Games are going to be much closer than what he's used to. But I think his defense, I like his defense over Elko. So I am going Notre Dame.
Tony, you better walk a fine line with this next pick. Troy said you're close to getting walked out Friday.
Oh,
Well, this is Troy. This is the game. This is the game that's going to make him get walked out, because this is the one we've been waiting for. Tony is going last. On this pick. This is what's going to happen. So Vandy at number 11, South Carolina, and South Carolina's a 5.5-point favorite. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Riddle. I'll go, then Jordan, and then Tony gets to go last. It'll be his Mardo's pour. So Riddle.
South Carolina is a 5.5-point favorite in that one. And for a team ranked 11th in the nation, that should open your eyes a little bit to this. Vanderbilt's playing with confidence under Diego Pavia that we've never really seen from them. He brought that swagger in there last year. It's continuing into this year. This is one of those unique situations early in the year where both teams have a common opponent. Mm-hmm. And Vanderbilt beat Virginia Tech 44-20, and they outgained them 490 yards to 248. South Carolina beat Virginia Tech 24-11 and was outgained by Virginia Tech 336-328. Pavia 74.4% passing percentage, 468 yards, 5 touchdowns, 19 carries, 105 yards. He's the leader, the unsung leader of that team. But Cedric Alexander, the running back, has 22 carries for 156 yards. That's 7.1 yards per carry. Sellers has not looked the part. He was a highly rated quarterback for this season, and he has not looked the part to this point. Give me Vanderbilt plus the 5.5 this week, winning outright over South Carolina. They went to South Carolina and won before when South Carolina was ranked higher. Give me Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt.
It was a quarterback.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So here's the deal. I'm up next. So I'm going to say this. These teams to me are carbon copies of one another. Their offenses look identical. They use the quarterback to open up running game. And I'm going to take Lenore Sellers all day long over Diego Pavia. I'm going to take South Carolina's O-line over Vanderbilt's O-line. And I'm going to take South Carolina's defense, which has looked good. Their defense has looked good, surprisingly so, over Vanderbilt. Now, I agree with everything Riddle said. He had very good points. He had very good arguments in terms of Vandy, and it's hard to go against Diego Pavia and what he's done for that Vanderbilt team. But I'm going to go with South Carolina. This is a night game in South Carolina. It's another one of those stadiums. I know we talk about night games. We're not talking about that. We're talking about an SEC road game, and this is going to be a tough one. South Carolina will be ready, and it will be hype in that building, and I'm going to go with South Carolina in the points. So, Jordan, the ball is now in your court.
What's that line? 5.5?
5.5.
Yep.
We don't need them. Vandy outright. South Carolina has been highly overinflated all season. Finally, the wheels fall off the wagon this week. It comes crashing down. I'm going to go with the better quarterback, the more confident quarterback right now, Diego Pavia. Pavia will get it done. I'm not impressed with this Carolina team. I haven't been impressed with them. Wasn't impressed at the end of last year. For some reason, the talking heads are, look at South Carolina. Look at the Beamer ball. He's got some pit vipers. I mean, congratulations. I got some pit vipers. I mean, hell, they sell those at the dollar store. I like it, Jeff. I like it. But in this one, give me Vandy plus the 5.5. But hell, we don't even need the 5.5 when they went outright.
So hold on, I got a question. When I said fucking South Carolina sucked this offseason, everyone looked at me like I was fucking crazy with two fucking heads.
Who? Yeah,
Tony, you.
I didn't.
No, anyway, I'm a certified Gamecock hater. I don't like
anyway.
Them
Anyway, no. All right.
Troy's comment before Tony gets started says, Pardo, just play Sandstorm and start dancing.
He read my mind already.
So here's the deal, Tony. Are you going to take Lenore Sellers, or are you going to take throw off the back, hope and pray Pavia? Throw off that back foot, hope and pray Pavia. He looked like Jordan shooting that shot when he throws a deep ball. Who are you going to take in this game?
Jumping jack, lumberjack, Pavia, no. It's an easy one for me, obviously. And I'm going to stick to it all season. I'm a hammer the spread against them. I don't give a shit who they're playing because I got a point to prove here. Pavia fucking sucks. Pavia fucking sucks. I don't care. I expect a strong defensive showing from South Carolina unit. I think they're going to dominate Vandy's offense once again, like they did last year up in Nashville. Hell, give me South Carolina points. This should be a no-brainer. I don't know why. I don't know why you guys are taking Pavia.
I'm with you, Tony. I'm with you.
And you get to hear this, Flan?
Marcus going against you.
Yeah. You get to hear this.
It's down to 4.5 from 4 now.
Listen, Pavia's going to come out shook. He won't be able to jump when this shit comes on. Those jumping passes aren't going to work. But yeah, I'm going to take easy. Gamecocks. I don't care how poorly Sellers been playing. I know
Is that your lock of the year, Tony?
Oh, piece of cake. Give me South Carolina and the points.
Kia says,
sure I took South Carolina and the points on the biscuit league too.
Kia says, I hope they both lose. Don't we all? Don't we all? Is Pardo? Pardo.
I think he picked the right team for that one.
I feel like
South Carolina.
Pardo may not have a job right now, Big Hunt. He borrowed time. I mean, he may be on borrowed time.
Hey, I still hate him, but I think I hate another team more than their big mouth quarterback. So yeah, I'm gonna take the defense that dominated his ass last year in Nashville. I don't think things are gonna change. It'll probably be an ugly game. Sellers, I haven't been high on him either, but I still think he can do enough to get it done at home at night with that loud ass music playing.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm convinced. I am convinced. Jordan, by the end of this season, you will hate Pavia. You will hate him with all of your soul because I got a
hate him.
feeling that dude's going to talk more shit at
I don't
Tennessee
even know him
week.
and I hate him.
He's going
Fuck
to
him.
talk more shit Tennessee
Oh,
week
he's
than
gonna talk
Jordan.
a lot of shit, and he's gonna get his ass beat when he plays Tennessee. But this week, you'll see him in the third quarter with a bucket of KFC, just gnawing on that fucking chicken leg. And when he gets hungry, he'll snatch a fresh one off that bird and have it raw.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
I'm telling you right now,
Oh,
Jordan, I'm
shit.
feeling really good about my picks because the majority of them went against Tony and his record.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable.
I know.
This week.
I know.
Did you update our record this week?
Hey,
I
this is a
have
week going
updated the
undefeated for me.
records.
I don't
I'm
know.
8-7. You and Brandon are 7-8, and Tony is 4-11 on his
Hey,
picks.
that's solid.
Tony, you got to start
Tony
somewhere.
and retire.
And this is the week that you turn it around, brother. This is the week you turn it around.
Save Pardo and retire.
Nowhere but up. Nowhere
All
but
right.
up.
So this is the moment where we're going to just kind of go through and anything from the chat you guys wanted to point out. I will point out, thank you everyone for being here. Everyone that is here and sent the heart me's, Josh, Big Hunt. Thank you, Troy.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody that's kind of a staple.
Kias, some goats.
Kias is always here for us on the purple. So appreciate everyone for being here. Is there anything y'all wanted to highlight? Any comments that you saw that maybe we didn't touch on?
I can't see the comments, so y'all have to cover this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
We did get 3 correct answers in the trivia question.
Hey.
Ooh,
Good
Riddle
job,
didn't think
guys.
we'd get that, but we got it. So there you go. So he's going to keep up with the points.
Who was our 3 correct answers?
So Alex Davis got the 3 points. Alabama Hater got 2 points, and Big Hunt came in with another point, which puts Big Hunt in the lead for the year.
Wirely in the lead.
We still got to figure out. who Bama Hater is because that's Jordan's nemesis. I don't know who that motherfucker is, but
No, that's nemesis.
Nah, he was bad talking to you tonight. He didn't say nothing about the Georgia fan tonight. Don't put those words in your mouth.
Say nothing about
Keep my name out your mouth.
And you know what he didn't say nothing about? Alabama, because we didn't talk about him. So
We didn't even talk about it.
all right. So Riddle, go ahead. Give us the answer to the question for those of us.
So the answer to the trivia question is who's South Carolina's quarterback the last time they won in Atlanta in 1976 was a famous quarterback from the movie Remember the Titans, and it's Sunshine Ronnie Bass was the quarterback for South Carolina back then.
Ronnie Bass.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
thought that was a good one. I enjoyed that one.
Well, Tony, do you have anything additional to add? Because it is now time for the pour. And so
I was going to tell you, I've been sipping on the Copper and Cask. This is the single barrel edition.
That sounds good too. Sounds delicious.
It's a store pick too. I really like it. I just want to say, I'm not going to rant. I hope that the Vols can pull it out this Saturday, even though I did pick against them. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. You know, I just look at sports as an escape from reality sometimes. So the world's crazy. Everything's fucked up right now. Just be kind. Respect each other. Don't hate each other for opinions and other shit.
Just a game, guys.
Absolutely.
Just a game. We're all passionate about it, but it's just a game.
Things like sports seem so small.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
So with that, that's all I gotta say. I don't wanna keep going. Okay. So just enjoy football. You know, until Monday comes around, you gotta go back to the real world again.
Well said.
Big Hunt says, I will be at the Mercer game Saturday. My son is singing the national anthem. Congratulations, Big Hunt. That is a great honor. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
On that one, that is awesome.
I'm glad that your son, is one of those kids that's going to respect the anthem and actually do it proud. That's great because there's a lot of people that don't. So we're not getting into that, but so I'm just going to say what I'm thankful for, and then we'll kind of close it up. But I'm thankful for Josh Heupel. I'll say it. Because I think Josh Heupel, Florida's going to throw the fucking bag at him, and Florida's going to go get Josh Heupel from Tennessee and win twice. And that's what's going to happen. So I'm all for it. Let's go. Woo! All right, anyway.
What kind of reefer you got tonight?
Ain't got no reefer.
They just gave my man's another extension. You think
Hey, Florida says they don't give no shits. They'll drop $1 billion on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I can really see Heisman leaving Florida.
Anyway, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Something we talked about earlier. We talked about Billy Napier, and we love talking about Florida and their pitiful performances. I think I read, Jordan, that his buyout at the end of this season drops down to $19.3 million. And I'm telling you, if they
feel 9 too much.
Well, I know, but they're staring like a 3-9 season right in the mouth right now.
Oh, and they're going to have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Jameis Winston.
Bring it on.
They're going to eat them L's.
But I will tell you.
Let's just think about this. After this season, let's say go 3-9.
Yep. He's gone if he goes 3-9.
$19 million to buy him out.
Yep.
You got to buy him out.
Yep.
Then you've got to go find a coach.
Yep.
Now you're at 3-9. You come off 4-8 last year.
Yep.
Your program's basically in shambles. Because trust me, I've lived this. I know what is going to happen if they rush this. You're going to have to go buy a coach somewhere.
They'll get the money.
If it's a good coach, pay his buyout somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And then you still got to go get some Jimmys and Joes. The pot of gold is not endless, especially at Meth and George University.
No. Florida has one of the biggest undergraduate programs in the country. They have money. They have tons of money. They have it's not endless for anyone.
How much is going to get spent?
I think to go get the right guy, they would spend it.
And Jordan or Brandon's joked around about this, and we've thrown this idea around. That would be a step up for Alex Golish if that job came available and they offered it to him.
That would not be that big. That would not be that out of real. Like that's a real possibility, and it wouldn't cost them as much as, like you said, Jordan, going out and getting a big name. We'll throw a name out here, and I'm just throwing things out. We're just bullshitting now at this point of the night. But you've got people out there that are coordinators, and I understand coordinators don't always equal good head coaches. But you got people like Matt Patricia, who just came back, has head coach experience in the NFL that could be a good hire. But do they go get him, Jordan? I don't know that. I mean, do you take a chance? Golish to me,
won a head coach job in college.
You're right. Golish to me is an absolute home run wherever he lands.
Yes.
Wherever he lands.
Glenn Schumann, he's going to be 100% at some point.
100%.
Yeah,
the only thing about Schumann that is less than Golish to me is Golish has done it at a smaller program and kind of proven himself. Schumann is going to be a great head coach someday. 100%.
Schumann was groomed by two of the best, hands down.
I agree.
Saban.
I was going to bring that up, Troy.
So.
No,
Troy, I was going to bring that up. Fine candidate.
Tim Banks has a lifetime contract with Tennessee.
So Jordan knows. Troy just said no, Pardo. Tim Banks is not going to Florida.
Oh, please.
Tim Banks,
please, dude, Florida, don't throw a hefty contract to him, please.
Well,
don't,
I mean,
please.
let's look at it like this.
I would love it.
We got Florida Cop just joined. I'd love to hear his opinions on his coach.
Schumann might be the better option because he's lived in the conference. I mean, that's the conversation they're having right now around Sunbelt Billy is don't go get a guy who doesn't understand the conference. They've had that around Billy. Alabama fans been having it about DeBoer.
Yeah, but
we'll see how much that conversation continues moving forward around DeBoer.
Yeah,
but I mean that's always been that don't go get a guy who doesn't understand what it takes to win down here because it's not like winning anywhere else.
But Golish was also a coordinator at Tennessee, just like Schumann is. I mean, he has to understand some part of this. He has to.
He does to an extent, but I mean, he was there for what 2 years?
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, look at what he did.
Schumann's been living it a lot longer. Is what I'm saying.
I agree. I agree. I'm just saying, like,
Schumann started.
I'm not taking anything away from Alex Golish. Yeah. He's going to be a home run hire somewhere for somebody. It could be Florida. I'm not saying that he will fail. I'm just saying you're going to have to look at the people that. It's easy to spend everybody else's money.
You're right. Because none of us are Florida fans. It doesn't matter to me.
So
I mean, if they don't buy a coach, they'll buy meth and jorts. So
Yeah.
Troy just came back in the comments and said he's going to
Levi's.
buy Pardo a custom Tennessee jersey with Banks as the nameplate, and the number will be a D.
Dude, I want you to know, Pardo, from this moment on, I'm gonna spend a lot of my time working on a graphic that says Tim Banks hired to a lifetime contract for Tennessee defensive coordinator. I'm gonna figure out how to do this, and I'm just gonna make it look official on Tennessee letterhead, and I'm just gonna watch the meltdown ensue.
We better be scoring.
I will say this just real quick about Schumann, and we were talking about his.
I like Schumann.
His history with the SEC. He came in as a graduate assistant at Alabama under Nick Saban, with Kirby being the defensive coordinator. He's been a part of 6 national championship teams. He went from Alabama to Georgia. All he knows is the SEC. He's never coached anywhere else, and he's moved up the ranks from a graduate assistant to a defensive coordinator. Now the next step is a head coach. So,
yeah, 100% Riddle. I don't wish anything but the best for Schumann. I just hope he doesn't go to Florida, because I don't know necessarily. Right. I don't know necessarily. That's going to be a very unique situation, because like Jordan said, first and foremost, you are coming off the precipice of 2 just terrible seasons, assuming that Sunbelt Billy goes bye-bye. So now you've got to rebuild.
This bad since the 70s.
Now you got to rebuild. So the only way to get back in that driver's seat is scheme, because you got to get players, and you're going to have a scheme, and Golish has a scheme ready to go. Schumann is going to be hard-nosed, going to need the defense, going to have to make the right offensive coordinator hire. I think he can do it. I really do. I think if Kirby just said, I'm done today, I'm going to the NFL, and Schumann was the inherent heir, do I think Georgia would miss a beat? Maybe for a couple of seasons, and I think they'd be right back, boom, 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 boom. Like, I'm not saying you'd bad. I'm just saying you would
the reason I brought up the stats on those 3 former Florida coaches is because I remember just how bad Florida fans hated them.
Yes.
And to think that their winning percentages, not just by a little bit, they are a good bit ahead.
I mean, those guys are
Napier.
having winning seasons.
And
yes, and we're getting crucified for it.
If we've learned anything, it's that Florida fans are idiots. I mean, they're idiots. I mean, I'm sorry, Florida fans. I mean, Alabama is not going to go complain about DeBoer because he lost to Florida State. Some will, because they're not fucking reasonable. I didn't complain about him. Now, you go lose to somebody like Louisiana Monroe, then that warrants something. I mean, if Kirby Smart lost to Louisiana Monroe tomorrow, there would be Georgia fans going, this dude's lost it. He's lost whatever he had. He's lost it. Now, is that reasonable? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I'm just saying that Florida's not in the same situation as Alabama, and Florida, they're looking terrible. They're looking terrible right now.
I mean, Billy Napier's 20-20, and Ron Zook was fired at 23-14. That's 62% win percentage. McElwain was fired at 22-12, 65% winning percentage, and Muschamp was 28-21. That's a 57% winning percentage. So, I just don't know. And see, they applauded him last year for having the toughest schedule in the nation and winning the games that he did. They
won some good games
last year for sure.
Yeah.
And this year, though, their expectations were even higher because of the way they played last year. You had Lagway coming back, and I'm telling you, they're staring 3-9 hard right in the face right now, because USF on that schedule was one of the easier games that they had left, and they lost at home. And I don't see how the people in Florida don't pony up that $19.3 million at the end of the year and go ahead and get him out of there. I know the statistics say it needs to be closer to 10, and I understand why completely. And Jordan, you made great points on that, but damn, they are not happy with him down there.
I get it.
Yeah.
I 100% get what you're coming from. I know.
So the
like
deal with
as a numbers guy, I know what the numbers say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's how it has to happen, but if you look at most coaches when they're terminated, it's right around that 10 million number. That seems to be the number athletic departments feel okay with writing off to pay somebody.
Jimbo Fisher says hello.
Right.
Jimbo Fisher says hello.
Yeah, but that's a rare anomaly.
Yeah, I know.
Fun fact about Billy Napier: did y'all know he was born in Cookeville?
No, I did not know that. But I will say this, Jordan, and this is my only argument to counter your argument. The whole premise behind you and your arguments and everything about Florida fans and Florida people is they're idiots. So forget the numbers. They're idiots. They're idiots. They're gonna fire them. They don't give a shit. They don't care about money. They had good coaches that they said, go get away from here. Could you imagine not even having double-digit losses and getting told to get out of here? Could you imagine that? I can't.
You've been here 5 years and lost 7 games. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, that's going to do it for us tonight on Lock, Load, and Goated. Thank you all for staying with us, staying with the live. We appreciate it. Like I said, we go live every Wednesday and Saturday. We're live on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So please go like and follow us there. If you can, please also like and follow us on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. We have the podcast. We'll post the audio for that later on, probably tomorrow. So we appreciate everyone, and we appreciate all the support. We want to make sure we always thank you guys because, like I said, you guys keep us going. And we will see you all in the next one. Thank you for staying locked, loaded, and goated.